Okay, then we'll continue by ourselves. But no problem. Again, the story is the question is for you, Jordan. The story is very specific, very daring in its own terms, but we can get into that slightly later. The physical logistics of making this film in a specifically enclosed world, which I guess exists, is a school or a prison or an orphanage, I guess, in Ireland?
In the story? It's a school.
No, in the actual fact.
Oh, no, it was a school.
And making it a period piece must have been rather difficult to sort of put together with precision, I would assume.
No, I mean, all the locations that we went to were all of these beautiful old, it was a beautiful old school, some beautiful old houses, and really it's, they already sort of existed in their own right, and they were, just very weathered over time and lived in by the students, and it was, well, I'm sure the production designer would shoot me for saying that, but it was just lovely to sort of, go in there and just start shooting.
But again, could you elaborate on a little more on the precision that you had to go through and to achieve in terms of clothes, hair, 1930s, I guess it's 1930s.
that was definitely...
And it's an everyday thing, makeup.
A lot of research, and we had a wonderful wardrobe designer who, got out all of her grandmother's old Vogue patterns and did a hell of a lot of research, and we wanted Miss G's character to feel like she ran everything up herself, that she was sort of this hoarder that went through, she went to estate sales and jumble shops and bought Vogue patterns and ran up her sort of rather elaborate wardrobe herself. So yeah, a lot of research went into it, and I think the hair and makeup was sort of, doing your hair with the bizarre kind of torture chamber 20s and 30s curling tongs, and she had some ancient, I'm sure, toxic lipstick. With lead in it or something. But so there was a lot of research that went into it. But I think all the structures themselves were already there and ready for us to shoot in. And then there was a lot of elaborate dressing from the art department.
Did you?
There's also the 30s accent, because I'm French, so it was a lot of work. It was a challenge, a good challenge, to grab the musicality of this accent. Yeah.
I was almost getting into that, but not the accent, but the physicality of it. Did you do any kind of research about the way, and I know it's only a question that one could ask an actress, and if the actress is willing to answer, she will, whatever. If you look at the films from the era, from 1930s, actresses moved differently, had different kinds of gestures, at different speed. Was that something that you really went after and studied closely for this part, or it just happened that way?
Why, I was born in the, for the 30s. She's created this character. I always imagined that she watched a lot of movies with Marlene Dietrich. It's a kind of a Betty Davis also towards the end, It's all calculated. So yeah, I got inspired by, by Marlene Dietrich, and but yeah,
that lot. How about you, young ladies? Did you watch movies from the 30s, or God forbid?
Well, I was most nervous about the diving. I really thought we were going to have to dive. So that was my biggest query to begin with. But I think the 30s is very different, but also we were playing schoolgirls and we weren't glamorous. We'd been dropped off at this boarding school, and the person that I was looking up to was Eva's character, was Miss G. So the way I was trying to move and the way I dressed was definitely based on how Miss G did things, what she wore and why she did it, and I would totally try and personify that with everything I did. And so it was great when we started shooting. We actually got to film together and was trying to pick up on certain things that Di would want to do because Miss G had done them, because she was just so mesmerized and fascinated by Miss G. So that's what most of my research was.
And mine was an aristocrat, and I just tried to be calm and just like old woman in a child body. I don't know. I was worried about my English. That's where
that was the main worry?
Yeah. And
it seems fine.
Yeah, that's a big deal. But
okay. Questions, anyone? Okay, then we'll continue. I'm intrigued by the process of getting there for the actors as well as the production designer as well as everyone. To start with, just getting back to the casting, did you read with all the actresses, Eva? The potential actresses, people who would come to audition, or not at all?
No, I was lucky. No. No, I hate auditions, so...
Yeah, but since they had to exist vis-à-vis you...
No, Jordan was very clever, and it's like magic. We got on very well on set, and she's managed to create this chemistry between us, and we got on, thank God.
No, everybody got on very well, and a lot of the cast that aren't here, they all already knew each other because they all went to school together. So they were already in boarding school together, and it was, remarkably not one fight, no bickering. Everybody was very supportive of each other and really adored each other, which was exactly how, that unit needed to behave anyway in the film. That they were, this elitist clique, one for all and all for one. So I think it existed in reality, and I think it, was translated onto screen.
So most of them were already a group. You were already constituted a group.
Yeah, and also Jordan did this really amazing thing when we were rehearsing in Ireland before. She made each of us girls kind of write, I guess it was kind of like a diary entry of each character's past, kind of explaining who they were right now and why they were like that. And as a young actor, that was really helpful for me. Do you remember when we did that? And everyone came up with these incredible stories as to why their characters were at this school, why they acted the way they did. And it was really great research for us to do, because we kind of had a purpose for why our character was behaving that way on screen. And that was really wonderful. That was really helpful.
But that was for your own personal use.
Yeah, but Jordan asked us to do it, and we read it all together, and it was great.
But you didn't read each other's diaries ultimately, did you?
We read our things we'd written to each other, aloud.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They were pretty amazing, I have to say.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
They were incredible.
Clemmy's was mind-blowing.
I know.
Yeah.
So what was in your diary?
I can't remember now. I've got it still at home, though.
You're a wonderful liar.
Yeah, no.